This is a brief little video explaining what the control sensor function is of this controller, what it does, where it is. So if we have a look on the screen here under your set point, you've got 23 as the setting. You've got this little temperature here which is 24 with a thermometer. That is the control sensor temperature. So normally if you tap this once, it'll pop up with a little box on the screen there. It's telling me that the control sensor is the living room. If I turn the living room off, tap it again, it's now telling me that the control sensor is the music room. So what the control sensor is the control sensor is the sensor that the Airtouch is using to send to my ducted system to tell the outdoor unit whether it should be starting or stopping, basically. So when you purchase these systems, generally it's set for AC, so you can press and hold this control sensor thing here. It'll pop up with a box normally that asks or has a little warning there letting you know that you're playing with something that's basically located in the installer settings. Once it does pop up though, by default these systems come set to AC. So if we tap this once, it says Panasonic sensor is AC. So all the decisions that are being made on whether the outdoor should stop and start is based on what the sensor is reading in my return air tract of my indoor unit. So if I turn the living on now, it's still following the AC. The problem with having it on AC is if I go to something like this garage and I turn it on, at the moment my garage is 27 degrees and it's not telling the air conditioning unit that it should be running because this room is still hot. All that's happening is this zone is opening and letting air in there. But if I have all these rooms set to 24 at the moment, as you'll see here, basically that would be off now because my set point is 24 and my control sensor reading is 24. It thinks it's that temperature. Even though my garage is still hot, it's not going to run the air conditioning in there anymore. So when your system is trying to follow what's happening around your house, it's not going to be able to because we fixed that control sensor as AC. So if you're having issues with your system not working as well as it should be, it pays to check this setting because a lot of installers forget to even change it and they leave it set on that default setting of AC. You might even find that sometimes that's missing. If you go to your settings here, go to settings, installers, you have something here called display control sensor temp. If I turn that off now, you'll see it's missing. Sometimes that's not even on the screen and you can't tell that it's even set up properly or not because you can't see that. You'll just notice that it's not doing things that you're kind of expecting it to do because it's missing. So go back to settings again, installers, display control sensor temp. Now it's visible again there on the screen. What these other settings do in here, if you have temperature sensors fitted, it allows you to have these other options here. If I was to pick console 1, there's a temperature sensor that's located inside of this screen itself. You shouldn't use it anymore because it's not very accurate. The 4s it wasn't too bad, but with the 5s the screen runs too hot now and it reads hotter than what the room actually is. But if I tap this now, it'll tell me console 1 is the control sensor. And again, it doesn't matter which rooms I have on or off, it's never going to change. So don't use it. The next one is auto. So what auto is doing, as you can see now, garage is the one that it's using because it's got the biggest gap between the room temperature and the set point. It knows it can close off all the other ones because they're at temp, but it knows it needs to keep the outdoor running because this room is still hot. If I turn the garage off, it's going to jump to a different room now, to the living room. In the background, you can't see the decimal places, but this controller knows that the biggest gap is that one. So it's using that to keep the outdoor running or to stop it. If I turn the living off, now it's jumped to the AC one. So on auto, it's going to follow all of these around, and when all of the temperatures get to the temperature they're set for in the rooms, it's then going to revert back to a sensor that's located up in the return air of my Panasonic unit, and it's basically awaiting for the bypass damper to open where it receives some cold air back and it tells it to go off. So anytime you have a bypass fitted to your system, this should be set to AC for it to work, to auto for it to work properly. Economy basically does exactly the same thing as what auto does, where it bounces across different sensors in the rooms until they're all met. Once they are met, it will then follow the sensor that's located in the spill zone. So that's for people that have spill zones set up on their systems. After that, any rooms that you have temperature sensors fitted on, the sensor that's in those rooms can become just a control sensor. I would never use that for anything, because same thing, and it gives you a little warning. But if I go and set that living room as a control sensor, if I turn on the garage now, it's 27 in there. Because I've set this to use the living room, it's just not going to do what you expect it to do. It's just going to stay on that. The other one I've seen people use before is average. So now it's trying to take an average of all these settings. So all these room temps, it's taking an average reading of, converting it to what the average is, and then deciding whether the aircon should run or not. Again, I would never use it, because you have things like auto and economy that do a far better job of doing that for you. The only time you would use that is if, say, I don't know, maybe if your system only had 2 zones and those 2 zones were one big open area to each other and you wanted to average the temperature across those 2 zones only, then maybe you would do that, but I just don't think it's ever needed. For the most part, if you've got temperature sensors fitted and a bypass, it should be auto. If you've got temperature sensors fitted and a spill zone, it should be economy. If you have no sensors at all, it should just be left on AC, unless you put another sensor in somewhere and use that as the control sensor. But personally, buy all of them. It makes it a lot easier to use. So I'll put this back to auto again. So the other place this is accessed normally is through the settings, installers, in there. You would go to AC setup. You have a little box here called control sensor. That's where you would pick the same little thing. You'll notice a massive difference this is done properly. The only thing to take in consideration if using auto and economy is some brands of units, when they are installed, your installer needs to be connecting the manufacturer's wall controller to that particular unit and enabling a feature on that wall controller for that unit to tell it to receive signals from an external sensor. Something like a Dakin, you need to do this. Otherwise, even though you're telling this here to be on auto and economy, when this Airtouch controller is trying to feed temperature sensor data to the Dakin unit, the Dakin unit is kind of ignoring that because it was pre-programmed from the factory to use its own return air sensor. Some brands like my Panasonic, we don't have to do that. They're just configured different, set up different, where we just pick economy, auto or AC and it does it itself without needing that controller. There's a few of them now that are like that. Definitely, if you're having issues with stuff, check this, because this is the main thing that people leave when they install these new, and they always leave this set on AC, and people wonder why it's not heating or cooling as it should be. Hope this helps.